Today on Coffee Talk, we're going to talk about outsourcing your web development project to another country. I'm going to start by saying we don't do that. We don't do that. And this is why. Most web development agencies will outsource your project without telling you. They'll take your code, your credentials, and your entire business logic and send it to a contractor in another country where your NDA is basically worthless. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've watched it happen over and over and over. Every day, I've seen this happen. And today I want to show you what exactly should terrify you with real data to back it up. Now, my name is Seth. I run solarblue.net. We do web development, hosting, and digital marketing. And I've been in business for close to 30 years, and I manage hosting for a multitude of clients. We built everything in-house, no subcontractors, no offshore teams, no exceptions. That's not just a business decision. It's a security decision. And the numbers coming out of the cybersecurity industry right now are proving that position correct in a pretty alarming way. Every year, Verizon publishes something called the Data Breach Investigations Report, the DBIR. It's the most comprehensive breach analysis in the industry. They analyze over 10,000 confirmed data breaches in their latest report. And here's the number that stops me cold. 30% of all confirmed breaches now involve a third party, a vendor, a contractor, a partner with access to your system. That's 30%, doubled in a single year. The year before it was 15%, now it's 30%. And I see this trend growing and growing and growing as people try to save money by outsourcing, but that's not where you're going to save the money, honey. That's not in a trend. That's an alarm going off. And here's the part that ties it directly to outsourcing. Verizon specifically defines third parties as, and I'm quoting directly from the report here, supplies, vendors, hosting providers, and outsourced IT support. So when a dev shop sends your project offshore, the contractor is now a third-party attack vendor in your business. 81% of those third-party breaches were full system intrusions, not a leaked email, not a phishing click, a full system intrusion. Let me walk you through what actually happens when you get code sent overseas. Because most businesses owners have no idea, you hire an agency, the agency takes your project and quietly contracts it to a cheaper team, usually without telling you. The team receives your full code base, your passwords, your business intellect, everything that you've been doing for the last, let's say 10 years to get your code where it is, and then now you need help to take it further. They have it all. Your database connection strings, your API keys, your environment files with credentials baked right in, sometimes staging server access, sometimes production access. Now the developer is done with your project. They move on, but they still have a copy of your code on their local machine, maybe on GitHub, maybe on a personal drive. You have no way to know. And they're in a country without strong IP enforcement laws, which many outsourcing destinations are. You have no legal recourse to get it back or force deletion. That's not hypothetical. That's how files work. Now let's talk about WordPress specifically, because the vast majority of small business websites run on WordPress, and the vulnerability numbers from 2024 are generally wild. Nearly 8,000 new WordPress vulnerabilities were disclosed in 2024 alone. That's 22 new security flaws every single day, up 34% from the year before. And here's the kicker, 35% of those vulnerabilities were still unpatched as of 2025. The developers didn't fix them, couldn't be reached, or just didn't care. Now imagine your site was built by an outsourced developer who installed a plugin with one of these vulnerabilities. They're long gone. You don't know what they installed. You don't know what version. You don't know if it's been updated. The unpatched plugin is sitting there like an unlocked backdoor. I hear this all the time from small business owners. Why would anyone target me? I'm not a big company. Well, there's data to be said about that. In 2024, 73% of WordPress attacks target sites with fewer than 1,000 monthly visitors. Read that again, 73%. Small sites, not enterprise, not Fortune 500, small business websites just like yours. Because small sites are easier targets. They're less likely to have monitoring, they're less likely to notice a breach quickly, they're more likely to have outdated plugins, they're more likely to have been built by someone who outsourced the work and cut corners. Small doesn't mean safe, it means easier. So here's where we stand at solarblue.net. And I want to be straight with you, not pitchy. Every project we take on stays with our team, period. We don't subcontract, we don't send work offshore, we don't hand your credentials to someone we haven't personally vetted. When we share access to your hosting, your database, your WordPress admin, it stays within our operation. We rotate credentials when projects end. We don't store what we don't need, and we find a vulnerability on a site we host. You'll hear about it from us directly, or I'm just going to patch it. I'm going to go ahead and protect you because you hired me to manage your website. So I don't really need to tell you, oh, there was a WordPress update, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know about that. I just take care of it for you. You hear about it from us directly, not Google telling you that your site has been blacklisted. Do you know how long it takes to get off the blacklist, sweetie? That's not marketing promise. That's just how we operate for the last 3 decades because we've seen what happens when it goes the other way, and it's never worth the cost of savings. Whether you work with us or not, here are 3 questions you should ask any developer before you hire them. 1. Do you use subcontractors for any part of this project? If yes, demand to know who, where, and what access they have. Get it in writing. 2. How do you handle credential management? If they're asking for admin password or over email or Slack, walk away. 3. What is your offboarding process? When the project ends, what happens to their access? Are passwords rotated? Is SSH access revoked? Are API keys regenerated? If they can't answer that clearly, they never thought about it. Those aren't trick questions. Any professional operation should answer them easily, and if they can't, this tells you everything. Your code is your business. Your credentials are the keys to that business. Treat them accordingly and make sure whoever you're working with does that too. You can go read more about this at solarblue.net in our latest post, and I'll have all the data that you need from Verizon and WordFence and etc. But I'm just here to tell you that we don't outsource our code, so please stop asking me.